What up, socialites, and welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
Yo, I just want to let you guys know, my straight friends in LA, the first one back on the road is going to be February 5th. Get your tickets at the Comedy Store, and it's also at the Comedy Store. Then I'm going on a thing called a honeymoon. When I get back, it's Philly, Des Moines, Springfield, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Long Island, Hartford, the Heather McMahon Cruise, Toronto, Madison, Wisconsin. Get your tickets at thejoedombrowski.com.
And I will be in New York City, Chandler, Arizona, San Diego, Portland, Naples, Florida, Boston, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Plano, Texas,
Nope, wrong again.
Atlanta.
Say it again.
Tesla. Tulsa.
Stop. Is this a bit? Are you doing this on purpose? Say it right.
Tulsa.
Say it right.
Tulsa.
Thank God.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
God.
Plano, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Long Island, Los Angeles, Seattle, Washington, and Chicago, Illinois. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com.
Yo, when you navigate the world, do you realize that there are like things that never used to bug you that now they just bug you? I think in modern day society, the kids are calling this ick.
Oh, the ick? What gives you the ick?
Yeah.
No, she says that she gets the ick from me when I wear sweatpants and no sneakers. Like if I'm just in sweatpants and my sweatpants hanging down below my foot, like on the bottom, like I'm walking on the sweatpant, that gives her the ick. She skeeves it so much. So I do it more.
I also think that Melissa does not like anything that touches
that
ground.
I do. Oh.
That too,
I thought you meant that I do.
She doesn't like anything that touches ground unless it's outside. I feel like that's fine.
No, she doesn't like outside either. She doesn't like nature.
Oh, I didn't know.
She likes being in a shower. Like that's really,
and that's about it.
Her favorite place.
Just being super clean. So
I hate that you're frozen because I'm just talking to your picture, but it's all right.
You're very blurry to me right now, but it seems like once this gets uploaded, it's fine. Okay, this thing happened to me this week, and I didn't realize that this was my ick, but when it happened, I was like, oh, I am so absolutely over it. Okay, so this person this week, I gave them my phone to take a picture.
Okay.
And of like me and some other people. And when I got my phone back, this person took a picture of themselves also. And that is just, for some reason, I can't handle that anymore. Because it's like, is this supposed to be funny? Like, are you giving the phone back and you're gonna be like, ha ha ha, I took a picture of myself. Like, it's just so stupid. It's just so dumb. It's like, okay, you took a picture of yourself. Like, am I supposed to be like, is this hilarious?
Laughing?
Like, what?
Especially if it's like a person you don't even know.
It's just so dumb. The other ick that I have, and I hate this. When you are when you're anywhere, right? And you ask someone for something, like a server, you're like, oh, can I have a side of ranch with that? And then the server goes, no, I'm just kidding. Yes. It's like, shut up. Am I supposed to laugh at this? This is the dumbest. This isn't joking. This is humor. You just like were mean for a second and then like took it back. Like, ha ha.
But that's like the same as those teachers who were like, can I go to the bathroom? Oh no, can you?
Can you? Can you?
Oh, I hate that. I hated that.
Shut up. I hate that. I hate that with everything.
Once in a while, I'll like say that to a student, and then right away I'm like, just kidding. Like I was like, I only said that just like because there's teachers who do that, and they're like, yeah, like we didn't think you'd ever say that. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I'm cool, guys. Be cool. I'm cool.
It's just like so. It's so like Do you have nothing else in your repertoire? Like, are you that boring and a basic of a person that you don't know how to relate to other people that you're going to try these stupid ass things that you're doing? Also, when people think they're so impressive with like dad jokes, I'm like, shut. Now, this is, I think, probably me just being a comedian. It's like, shut up. Shut up. I can't do it, Gasper.
Or what about when like, and listen, I know people they mean they come from a good place, but when people are like, oh, Lucy, baby, you can't talk right now. Daddy's working. Thank you, sweetie. She actually just took the mic and said, welcome to the Gaspare and Lucy show, where we're doing a show.
What mic of her?
She just found this like microphone stand. It's like I got a new mic. Look, it's on a swivel. The other thing is like when people, and I'm sure this happens to you all the time, when people are like, I have a joke for you. You should definitely do this. And it's like, the thing is like, for me, like my whole shtick is just personal stories, you know, but like every comedian, you know, like I could understand if I was just up there like, oh, you know, the problem with flying is, but like, it's all my personal stories. So when people are like, oh, I have a story for you, like this, and this, you should tell that on stage. And I'm like, it's not my story. You know, like, it's like, I can't tell that on stage. It didn't happen to me. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like that always like,
I can like
but
totally
I know people
hear.
are coming from
I can like 100% hear it.
All right. I'm sorry. Hold on. Lucy, you have to go upstairs, baby. Okay. Because you have to go upstairs because Daddy has to do this for work, and then I'll be up in a few minutes. Okay. I promise. Dad, you can take your iPad. You can do a little iPad. Thank you for being such a good listener, baby. I love you. Huh? Better?
I want to stick you in elementary school for one day and see what happens.
Why? Would I be good or bad?
God, I don't know. I think you would actually love it because you kind of like teach like an elementary school teacher already. It's all about like, it's your own TV show. It's all about like edutainment fully. Like, I really think you would love it.
Oh, I think I would like, I mean, it's funny. Like my son's friend was here today and like I played with them all day. Like at first I said, oh, it's so good. He's coming over. I was like, now I'm not going to have to like be a parent all day and like babysit my kids, you know? And then I was like, but then like after like an hour, he's like, Dad, can you come play life with us? And I'm like, listen, when am I going to get these years back that like my kids want to play with me?
Oh my God.
So I was like, yeah. So I'm like playing life and here I am. And I'm like, well, you know, you have an option of if you want to be a doctor or a teacher, like, what would you rather do? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this what it's like being an elementary school teacher? Like, you just have to like break everything down and like make it fun and cute.
Yeah.
So, but I think I would be good at it. I do.
I think you would be good at it too. And I think you would enjoy the creativity. Like, I remember one time we were making like the kid. Okay, this is what pissed me off about teaching in a bougie school. I taught in a bougie school for one time. And the whole, like, we told the kids, like, do not buy costumes to be your, because they had to like do a presentation like as a historical figure or whatever. And we were like, do not buy a costume. Use what we have around the classroom, which I thought was like having them use their creativity. So I had like some kids who were making like full costumes with like construction paper and staples. Like, I'm like, this is so cool to watch them get creative. Like, and then like one girl, she needed like black curly hair. So I took construction paper with her and I made tiny little strips of black paper. And then I made a headband and we stapled those black strips of paper. Then you know how you take like one end of I don't even know if you know this trick. You take like one end of a scissor and then you like scrape it on a piece of paper, it curls. Did you know that?
Well, I know you do it on ribbon. I didn't know it did it on paper.
Yeah, you could do it on anything. Like, so basically I did like the ribbon trick but on paper. And then she made like a little hat to go over it so you couldn't tell there was no hair on top. And it was so cool. And then the next day, this kid came in with a fully bought costume that her and her mom like just went out and bought. And I was like, this is so not what I'm talking about.
So here's the thing. I could do elementary, but I don't know, about 30 kids. Like, it just seems annoying. Cause like,
No, you so could, Gasper, because your
like,
ADD, like mine, goes into overdrive and you're just like able to snap it all together at once.
yeah, but I just don't want, also, I would never want to teach elementary because I wouldn't want to do every subject. That sounds absolutely miserable. Like, I love that
Yeah.
I like go in and I'm like, today I'm teaching Alexander the Great and that's it. Like, it's not
Isn't
like
that not
I'm
true
teaching.
though? You teach different kinds of classes. I mean different types of social study. It's not the same social study for all your periods.
This year, I have 4 periods of global, which is just like Alexander the Great, like world history. And then I have 1 period of US history. And I have 2 kids in that class. So like um, we
How
move
does
at a
a school
pace.
afford that? Like how do they afford to pay a teacher for just 2 kids who are in the
Well,
class?
on roster, there's 15, but only 2 come because it's first period and like it's early, it's cold. Side note, Joe, posted that clip about chopped cheese. I mean, about chopped meat. All New York City people were like, yeah, it's chopped meat. Like, that's exactly what it's called. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't got to tell
That
me.
is so locally specific. I do love that.
Yeah.
I
Also,
I don't I'm not gonna say it's wrong. It's just
well, it's
very
right.
different to me. It's not exactly right.
Guys, listen, I've been talking about it. I've been talking about getting healthy, and it's really happening for me. And I feel good. I feel different. My body feels different. And you know who's making it helpful for me? Hero bread. So the thing about Hero bread is it looks like regular bread, but it tastes different. It's got like that fluffy feel to it. But not only does it have like this fluffy feel, it has good stuff in it. Like there's high in fiber, 0 grams of sugar, and ultra low net carbs. So the thing is, I just had tacos, okay, Joe? They have this little tortilla. I wrapped it in a tortilla. It was delicious. Not only that, they have the sliced bread. I make sandwiches on it. I make everything on it. Grilled cheese, you name it, I'm eating it. And they have all these nutritional benefits for you. So I know for me, I need more fiber because, that's what helps you go to the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, I feel better. So I've been eating a little more fiber with this bread. So with only 4 grams of net carb, they have a bagel, sorry, with 4 grams of net carbs. That's delicious. If I eat a bagel, I feel like crap, but not when it's only 4 grams of carbs. So you never know when you're going to have to get healthy, and now is the time to do it. Okay, so Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's social at hero.co. That's hero.co.
Talk about it every week. Going to talk about it again. If saving more and spending less is your top goal for 2025, then you're still paying crazy amounts for your month to month. You don't have to do that anymore. How? Well, switching to Mint Mobile. That's right. It's the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you maximize your savings with plans starting at $15 a month when you switch to a 3-month plan. Trust me when I say you are going to love it. So say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-droppingly monthly bills, and all those expected overages will be out the window. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with a premium wireless plan starting at $15 a month. And all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk to text that are delivered on the nation's largest 5G. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/social studies. $45 upfront payment required, which is the equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on a first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on an unlimited plan. Additional taxes and fees and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for more details.
The other thing, Joe, I have this story. I was so excited to tell you. I was going to call you this weekend, and then I was like, let me save it for the
Oh,
podcast.
I'm so glad you didn't. Okay, yeah, what is it?
I saved it. All right. So Gaspar had his first confession this weekend. Do you know what that is?
Oh, I hated mine.
Okay. So when I was a kid, confession, you go, you stand in front of the priest. You stand in front of the priest. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been one year since my last confession. And then he's like, well, what did you do? And then I'm like, I hit my sister. Like, and that was it. And then he'd be like, say 10 Hail Marys, right? Just for those of you who don't know, in the movies, it's when they're like sitting in that booth alone with the priest on the other side and it's quiet and dark. What was your confessions, Joe, when you were a kid? Because you had no siblings.
Oh my God,
to blame
Gaspar.
it on.
I remember I was so close. I almost confessed that I was gay.
Oh, shit. How old were you?
So glad I didn't. Oh my God, I am so glad I didn't.
Why? You think he would have been like,
So glad
what?
Well, first of all, I remember being like a savvy little kid. And I remember being like, this fucking asshole is going to go tell everybody. There's no way this is between just us. You know what I mean? Like, they're like,
and God.
And then I remember thinking the same about like doctors and shit. I was like, there's no such thing as privacy. They're telling everybody. And I was like, they're going to probably tell my parents that I need some sort of help or whatever. And then it's game over for you. You're done. So I was like, I'm not doing it. And I was just like, I say bad words sometimes. And he said the same thing. Oh, cool. Sounds like this is coming from anger. Say a couple Hail Marys, which is the craziest part of Catholicism to me. Even when I was little, I was always like, so we could just like do bad shit, come here, and then we're good. That always blew my mind. And I only went that one time. I never did it again.
Well, it's funny. So it was his first and he was all nervous. And Melissa's like, because she's not Catholic. So she's like, how many times does he have to do this? I said, Melissa, I went to Catholic school. I think I've gone to confessions 3 times in my life. And I went to Catholic school. I was like, this is pretty much it for him.
He has to do it as the sacrament.
Yes. So we get to church, right? They're all sitting there. There's about 60 kids. And the priest starts and he's like, confession is this, same thing. Like, you could get forgiveness of your sins and blah, 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 blah. He goes, it was very strange. To me, it was strange. He goes, I want everybody right now to get up, all 60 kids, get up, go find your parents and tell them I'm sorry. And 59 kids got up and went to their parents and said, I'm sorry. Except Gaspar, he did not get up. So the teacher walks over and is looking at him, and everybody, we're all looking at him. And he goes, what am I sorry for?
Good for him. Good for him.
Listen. So the teacher's like, well, like I'm sure like something you've done. He goes, anything I've done, I've said sorry for when I did it.
Good for him.
So at first, Melissa was like not upset, but she was like worried. I said, what are you worried about? I was like, this is fucking awesome that he has the mindset to be I am not just going to apologize just because. So the teacher was like, well, go over there and like say like, sorry for not listening. So he just like walked over us. He's like, I'm sorry, but like, he was so confused. He goes, I didn't do anything. I was like, you're fine, baby. We love you. Go back.
Yes,
I was like, I'm proud
love
of
that. You have no idea. I love that shit.
I thought it was great.
Much. That's awesome.
And then after he confessed and, he said, I hit my sister or whatever, he goes up to the altar and then he drops down to his knees to pray. And he goes, he's just dead silent up there for like a minute. And I'm like, what the fuck is this kid even doing? So he comes back and we're like, you did it. We're so proud of you. What'd you do? He goes, I didn't know the Hail Mary, so I just said a few lines that I knew and I just sat up there so they didn't think I was done too quick. So he was just hanging out in silence, like looking around because it's one by one. So like he didn't, so like he was like, oh, they're all watching me, so I better just let this go,
I love when kids do that too, because it's like, you can't just, I don't blindly follow anything. Like, I do not know. And I like, if everyone's doing something, if everybody is doing something, you should question it. And it might be that you go along with it, but it might be that you don't. And the fact that he has that quality, that is so good.
I thought, like, honestly, I was more proud of him than any other, like, of the religious aspect. Because I was like, you are like a free thinking person now. I was like, you're not just like this little kid who's like, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? And then like the message was sweet. This was the only thing I'll say. The message was sweet. So then everybody came back to the priest and then he's like, did you all say sorry? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, and what did your parents say? And he's like, I love you. You know, every kid was like, I love you. It's okay. And he's like, basically was like, if you sin and you say sorry, like you're forgiven. That was the message. But also like
Which is like
that,
so
that
fucked
I was
up,
like to
though.
Melissa, I was like, yo, you heard him. I was like, I'm sorry for anything I do moving forward. I was like, I'm going to live my life. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everybody wants to have a better life, a better this, a better that. So why not have a little help, right? And what's better than having some help? I know for me, I like to talk to people, but not everybody likes to always listen to me because I'm always talking a lot and all this stuff. So I could finally have a friend who will listen to me, and that friend is BetterHelp. So I know a lot of people have benefited from therapy. I know a lot of my family members, a lot of my friends go to therapy. And the thing is, they all say the same thing. It's nice to have this sounding board, someone you could talk to that's not judging you. They're just listening. They're helping you. So the thing about BetterHelp is it's fully online, which makes therapy affordable and convenient. And they serve over 5 million people worldwide. You have access to more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. And if you want to switch therapists, maybe you're not getting along, you could switch at any time for no extra cost. So write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/social studies today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/social studies.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Listen, you guys, I have a new ritual this year, and it's taken Liquid IV on the road with me to all my shows. I'm absolutely loving it. I got to tell you what, when I go out drinking and then I have some Liquid IV, I am back to almost new. I'm not going to say brand new, but I'm feeling good. I can function with my day, which is not usually the case with my 35-year-old self. So listen to this. I want you guys to start having a Liquid IV ritual of your own. Put them in your purse, put them in your bag, put them in your backpack, whatever it is. Have them when you're on the go. I don't know. Honestly, it's like anything. You're just feeling run down. You're feeling a little lackluster. You're feeling a little not good. You take a Liquid IV, boom, your hydration levels go through the roof. So easy. You just tear it, you pour it, you shake it, you store it in your gullet. You understand me? So listen, I want you to experience the gorgeousness of Liquid IV. I think this is going to absolutely help you. And you're going to love it too, because they have true to fruit flavors that just absolutely keep you hydrated. I'm also experimenting with their sugar-free flavors, just to keep the sugar intake low. They have raspberry lemonade, white peach, and rainbow sherbet. And I can't express to you enough. If I put Liquid IV in some water, stir that up, and then freeze those into ice cubes, and then shave it to make a little snow cone, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's not actual sherbet. That's how true to fruit flavor this stuff actually is. So break the mold on your own with this new ritual. Just one stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates you better than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydra Science, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. That's 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, and always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So embrace your new ritual with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code SOCIAL at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code SOCIAL at liquidiv.com.
Anyway, and then Lucy just made me this bracelet, right? And she's like,
oh no.
How do you spell dad? So I told her, and then she made me this little bracelet that says dad. And then she asked me to wear it on stage from now on in case I get nervous, which is adorable.
Did you get nervous?
Well, if I get like scared while I'm on stage doing a show, she wants me to wear it. So that was the other thing. So Gaspar was nervous before confession. So Melissa was like, here's a crystal, like amethyst. And she's like, put it in your pocket and like, it'll make you not nervous, when you're do it. So I guess Lucy's like, oh, like nervous. Oh, daddy, if you're nervous, wear this bracelet. So now I'm going to film my little special this weekend, and I'm going to wear this on stage for Lucy.
Well, aren't you just a little bundle of joy?
I try my best. How is Austin?
I wore my crystal bracelet too. Austin was good. Austin was really good. The audiences were way better than I expected, which I loved. I am going in this week. So if you're listening, I just did a crowd work taping in Rochester, which I'm really excited for.
Oh, that's
but
this
because
weekend.
It's this weekend. But
I have
because
a show. I was going to say I wouldn't come, but I have a show.
Because I shot the special at the top of December, these are some of my first shows since doing that. And I have been like running the hour consistently, no breaks, no crowd work, just getting it tight, making it better, getting it tight, making it better. That going into this weekend, I was like, oh shit, can I do crowd work? and then like things just happened and it worked. Like I felt so heterosexual for a minute. Like I had
nice.
I had a guy in the front row. I made him keep his phone out so he could keep tabs on the Lions game like while I was on stage. That was crazy.
And did you like know what he was saying?
And I told him like raise your hand every time something happens. And then he would like tell me. A couple times I like for sure didn't know what he was saying, but I could tell it wasn't good. So I was just like, fuck.
All right, Joe.
But I did. I was like, I don't know what that means. This doesn't sound great.
I have a question for you. Ready?
Yeah.
This is a little NFL. Now that you're a big football fan, this is a little trivia for you.
And not until next season. I'm done being a football fan until next season.
No, that's fine. But it's referee trivia. What is roughing the passer?
It's when the passer, he has been an asshole. So he's been off his game, not doing really well. You just gotta like rough him up a little bit to get him back in the game. Like doing it correct. Next.
Incorrect. It's when the quarterback throws the ball and then the player on the other team hits him after the ball was thrown.
Okay, good.
Here's another football term. Encroachment.
Oh, this one is bad. It's when one of the players, they
all involve the players.
Accident. It does. This one does. So if you forget to wear your cup, and then when you're throwing the ball behind your legs and the ball gets a little too close to your ball, that's encroachment. It was encroaching on your mint.
It's when the defense is offsides.
For sure.
What about horse collar?
That's easy. When you accidentally get them like this, and then that's right. Not allowed.
A horse collar tackle, yeah. That's a good one. That's
I've been so close to horse collaring some people lately. Damn, you have no idea. I was pulling out. I was in the right and I was pulling out of a parking lot. And this woman came. This woman came straight at me in the parking lot. And then I like stopped and looked at her like, I'm fucking going. And this bitch had the fucking audacity to roll down her window and start screaming. When I tell you I was moments away from horse collaring her to the ground, I was like, try it again. But instead, I did the better thing and I just waved. I said, have a wonderful day and kept going.
Oh, they love that, especially when they're real angry. Can you imagine?
And that's why I was like, have a great day. Be blessed. Go to confession.
Tell your parents,
I'm sorry.
Like, imagine you're running 18 miles an hour and I'm running 18 miles an hour and then I stop you dead in your tracks through your neck. That's why a horse collar is so dangerous.
Oh, yeah. You stop breathing. I feel like.
No, like you're just running and then they grab.
In general is dangerous. Okay. Like 2 more years and your CTE sets in. It's nuts.
No. Well, and the other thing, like, yeah, you're running and then you're stopped. So like the collar gets pulled and then your neck jerks back and you just like you fly back.
Just like a horse.
Oh, that's why they call it that. Oh,
I don't know.
God, a horse collar.
Well,
the collar
this has been another
is on
episode
the
of
horse.
Gaspare Learns About the World. You guys, thank you so much for being here. We absolutely love you on the Social Studies Podcast.
That.
Send us your crazy ass stories to thesocialstudiespodcast@gmail.com. Consider becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. And as always, leave us a message in the comments on YouTube if you are watching us there. We love you so much, and we'll see you next time.
We'll stay telling him matters for you.